All right, thanks, Hubert. Hey, everybody, and thank you for joining us this afternoon. As Raleigh said, my name is Thomas Wood. I'm the Director of Trading Operations over at MicroQuant. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in talking about the Smart Setups Momentum Trender and how simplicity can help you get profitable or become more profitable. Now, before we really jump into anything, I have to go over a quick risk disclaimer. Trading or investing carries a high level of risk and is not suitable for all persons. Before deciding to trade or invest, you should carefully consider your investment objectives, level of experience, and ability to tolerate risk. This content is subject to change at any time without notice and is provided for the sole purpose of education and assistance in making independent investment decisions. SmartSoaps.com is taking reasonable measures to ensure the accuracy of the information contained herein. However, SmartSoaps.com does not guarantee its accuracy and is not liable for any loss or damage which may result directly or indirectly from such content or from an inability to access such information or any delay in or failure of the transmission or the receipt of any instruction or notification in connection therewith. Any past performance results are shown for illustration example only, are hypothetical, and as such have many inherent limitations. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. What a mouthful. And then we're also required to show you CFTC Rule 4.41, basically just a hypothetical disclaimer saying, obviously we can show you charts that have happened in the past and say, yeah, look, this worked amazing. You can make $1 million doing this, but it's in the past and there's no guarantee that it's going to happen exactly the same way. So that being said, let's go ahead and start talking about the momentum trender. Now, what we were doing, we came up with the idea for the momentum trender. We wanted to have an easy way to determine when to get in and get out of a market. Because one of the things we did in the trading room is we had a lot of people saying, okay, we have these great setups. So when do I get in? When do I get out? Well, we wanted to come up with a way where you can say, this is where you get in, and this is where you get out. And it will allow you to take advantage of both intraday and end-of-day momentum trends. Because as you know, throughout the day, a market is going to have a lot of momentum up. It's going to have a lot of momentum down. Especially today, for example, with crude oil and our bottom, even though they fell to the floor, worked out really, really well with the momentum trender for everybody in the trading room that was trading it. And I'll show you that a little bit later on. But what we did is what we came up with was a strategy for determining which direction that momentum trend was in. So is the momentum still trending lower? Is it still pushing the market down, or is it still pulling the market higher? And what we came up with was a way of painting the bars basically to show up and down. So this is an example. This is Apple on a 500 tick chart, and this is just a normal open high-low close chart. See just green bars. Now, there's ways you can trade this, obviously. You can be trading head and shoulders patterns, inverted head and shoulders like this here, or head and shoulders here. You can be determining direction on that, but unless you really know what you're doing, or unless you really know what a head and shoulders is supposed to play out with, or different chart patterns, how they're supposed to play out, it's a little bit more difficult. So what we did is with the momentum trender, we colored the price bar. So we just take the price bar and we say, okay, red is sell, blue is neutral, green is buy. So blue is market could be turning, green is it's going higher, red is market's going lower. So you can see here the exact same sort of thing. So the simplest way of trading with the momentum trender is buying green, selling red. So you'd be going short here, you're out at a loss. Okay, so you had a loss there. You would have been going long here, you would have been out because it turned to blue right there. You've been short here, out at blue, so nice winning trade there, and then short here, out at blue, nice winning trade there. You would have been long at green and stayed in it all the way up here. Now this is just using a 500 tick, and I don't want you to think, by the way, that I'm cherry picking the results or anything, because I'll show you at the end. We'll go through whatever markets you want to see with the momentum trender and show you what it looks like. But this is using a 75 EMO period. Now with the momentum trender, you know how I said simplicity equals profitability? Well, you go out there and you find all these indicators, and there's 50 different settings, and nobody really knows how to change them except for the person that created it. Well, all you got to do with the momentum trender is set one setting. There's one thing. You change the EMO period, which is exponential momentum period. And the setting you're going to use, 99.9% of the time in the trading room, we're using a 50 setting on the EMO period, unless you're looking at daily, and then you're using a 25. So very, very simple, really easy to set this indicator up. Now, the momentum trender, as I said before, what it does is it identifies 3 stages of the market. It's going to give you green for bullish, it's going to give you blue for neutral or consolidation, And it's going to give you red for bearish. Now, and again, the simplest form of trading this, you're buying when it's green and you're selling when it's red. Now, if you're like me, which I know a lot of you are, you'll say, well, yeah, you could buy and sell red and green, but you get chopped up a little bit. So you're always looking for a way, how can I improve it? Okay, this works great, but how can I make it even better? How can I decrease my losses, increase my gains, lower the risk, lower the amount of choppiness, make sure I have a higher percentage of profitable trades? Because that's what we as traders want to do, have a higher percentage of profitable trades. Well, you can use confluence with other indicators. One of the things we do all the time in the trading room is we use the NQ regression with it. So you'll look at, okay, it's red or green, and then you will say, okay, is the NQ regression red or green? NQ regression, the indicator, all it does is paint a line that looks like a moving average, but it's not. It's going to change it from green to red. Red means down, green means up. So if they're both green, then you're looking to be long. If they're both red, then you're looking to be short. And then you can also do things like get an outlook, so trade directional bias. So you'll come in, one of the things we do in the trading room as well as in our weeklies is we'll go through every week and we'll look at, okay, we're bullish this market or we're bearish this market. So we get a directional bias, whether we think a market should be heading higher or lower over time. And then what we do is we trade in the direction of our outlook. And our outlook is going to be long-term bullish or long-term bearish. And I'll give you a perfect example of that happened earlier today with crude oil, because we had a great reason to be selling crude oil. Now, how do you use the momentum trender? You can use it on time-based charts. You can use it on tick charts. You can use it on range bars. And actually, we're experimenting in the trading room with using Renko, because people always ask, can you use Renko? And well, kind of, it's not the best. We're working on, in a couple of weeks, we're actually going to be, during the trading room, experimenting with a couple different strategies with using Renko and the momentum trender, so that's going to be fun. But you use 30-minute charts or longer if you want to do longer-term trades for swing trades or longer-term breakouts. You can use tick charts or short-term charts like a 1, 2, 3-minute chart, or intraday trades for day trading, or you can use range bars if a market is choppy, because when the market is going just like this, where did my mouse go? If a market's going like this, a trending indicator or a trending strategy is not going to trade it very well, because it's going to go long and short, long and short. And by changing to a range bar, what that will do is that will help you get rid of some of that chop, because it won't create very many bars. It'll only create 1 or 2 bars during this range bound period. Now, this is what it looks like. Again, this is that same Apple example, just using the simplest form of trading it, just buying green and selling red. So you sold here, you bought here, had a small loss. One of the really good things about using the momentum trender is it's going to get you out. It's going to correct your trade, your bad trade very quickly. You have a sell or a buy here, break even stop. You have a sell here, nice leading trade to the downside, and buy here, nice winning trade to the upside. One thing that I always tell people, because I do consulting with people all the time, is look, one of the things you have to do as a trader is you got to make sure your winners are paying for your losers. All right, so you need to make sure your gains are a multiple of your loss. So you want to have a good, what we call reward to risk ratio. So the profits need to be much better than what the losses are. And you can see here the losses are very, very minuscule compared to your winning trades. And there's people every day using this strategy of buying and selling red and green that end up being net profitable on day in, day out basis. And I'll show you some of their results later on. Here's another example. This is in gold. This is using a 500 tick in gold. Now, this was back when I first made this PowerPoint. We had actually been buying gold here for this, but worked out really well. You can see green. If you had a directional bias of buying, you're buying green, you're holding it until it turns red. So when you have these big moves, when the market just takes off, rips long or short, for example, crude oil today ripped low, RBOB and oil today ripped low, and yesterday RBOB and oil went up. But when you have these big moves like this, it's going to catch 90% of it. Most of the time, it's going to catch 90% of it and let you be in there and profit from that huge move. This is a one-day. This trade lasted about 1 day, 24 hours, and you were up $3,000 a contract. So if you're trading 2 contracts in gold, 24 hours, you made $6 grand. All you had to do was be buying it because it was green and selling it because it turned back to red. Now, this is what I was talking about when I said, okay, that's all well and good. You can buy and sell green and red, but I want to do better than that. I want to make sure I'm in it at the right time. I don't want to be taking these smaller losses every once in a while. I want to just have a higher percentage of winning trades. So what you do, as I mentioned before, you can add the NQ regression indicator on there. This is the MQ regression. This is using a 14 length. Again, it looks like a moving average, but it's not. You don't pay attention to the positioning of the indicator. All you're looking at really is the color change, whether it's green for buy or red for sell. Now, if they're both green, you're going to be looking to go long. So here you can see green and green, so you buy, red and green, so you cover, green and green again as of right here, so you buy, red and green, so you cover, green and green, so you buy, and then whenever it rolled back over, you would have gotten out. This is just a Tesla on a 30-minute chart. And again, you can look back here. So red and green, you would be out of it, out of it, out of it, red and red, you would have sold here, red and green, you would have covered. Sold, covered, sold, covered. Then right here, you would have been green and green, so you would have went long and then covered, long, cover, sell because red and red, cover when it's green and red. So it works out fairly well. And again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm cherry picking. One of the things I like about this is I don't need to. I'll just pull up the charts and show you whatever market you want to see. And again, we'll do that here in just a few minutes. This is RBOB, all right, using the same strategy, the confluence between the MQ regression indicator and using the momentum trender as well, the confluence between the two. Green and green, buy. Red and green, cover. 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 So you have winning trade, winning trade, winning trade, winning trade, winning trade, winning trade. Red and red, you go short. Worked out really, really well. And this is just using a 150 tick chart in RBOB. Now, I'll show you some examples today of what we were doing in the trading room with RBOB, heating oil, and crude oil today using momentum trender. But here's some results. Just like I said, they'll speak for themselves. Before I released this indicator to the public, I actually gave it to my family members, the ones that trade anyway, and let them test it. These were from my father. Actually, let my dad test it. He sent me back these. And the MQ regression confluence on a 150 tick chart, 1 to 2 contracts per trade, and I'll show you exactly what he was trading to do this. I'll show you exactly how the setups he was looking at. So 611, 25 trades, 19 wins, 5 losses, total plus 4,782. 612, 20 trades, 13 wins, 7 losses, total plus 2111. 615, 16 trades, 11 wins, 4 losses, total plus 1120. 616, 25 trades, 15 wins, 10 losses, total plus 632. 617, 22 trades, 13 wins, 9 losses, total plus 3338. 618, 19 trades, 15 wins, 4 losses, total plus 2449. 619, 14 trades, 9 wins, 5 losses, plus 627. 7-day total up 15,059. Now the markets he was trading the Russell, he was trading crude oil, he was trading RBOB, and he was trading soybeans. Now, how did he do that? What was he doing to get those kind of results? What was he looking at? What setups was he trading? How exactly was he doing it? Because he wasn't just blindly buying and selling the breakouts, green and green and red. So you use a 150 tick chart on everything. He'd look for a consolidation, and then he'd look for a breakout of consolidation. And then he'd want to have confirmation of the consolidation breakout using the momentum trender and the MQ regression for filters. He was taking profits plus $200-300 per trade or per contract, and he was limiting losses to a maximum of $150 per contract per trade. So he was risking $300 per trade. All right. Now, what I mean by using confirmation of the two. So he would look for a pattern like this. This is crude oil on a 150 tick chart. You see how you came into consolidation here. So you have a descending channel in crude oil. So he's ignoring all this. He's looking for the consolidation pattern. So if the market's just moving, he's out of it. He's looking for a consolidation pattern. And then when he gets that breakout, right here, you broke out of the channel, he wants to have green and green. So you have green regression line right there, and you have green MQ momentum or smart stats momentum trender right here. So you have green and green, so you're buying from where it breaks out, where they're both green. And then he covers when they no longer agree. So right up there is where he covered. That's the move he takes. Once he's got the move, he's out of it. All right? What you don't want to end up doing is end up chasing the market. This happens every day I have to talk to traders and say, look, they're saying, well, can I get in now? Well, the market's already moved what his average true range is on the day. So you're getting short from the bottom or you're buying from the top, and they're trying to day trade it. And I'm saying, no, you don't want to do that. So after the move takes place, then just sit back and wait. Don't try chasing the market just because you missed it. There's always going to be another opportunity. So again, really simple what he was doing here. He was looking for the channel, descending channel, break out of the channel with green and green. He went long, red and green, he covered. Here's another example. This is crude oil once again on a 150 tick chart. You have consolidation at the top. So you don't want to be buying at the top. You're looking to sell at the top. So you have consolidation, resistance at the highs, support at the lows. When you broke the support, you were red, regression. So the red line is red. The momentum trender is red because you can see it's a red price bars. So you're red and red. And then you're shorting. Here's your first move. Green and red, you're out. Red and red again. Shorting again. Here's your second move. For a half profit, Savita. So you should be out at 300 profit even if it is green, green, and red, for half profit. You let the second half stay on as long as they're both agreed. So again, here's another setup. This is one of the ones he traded as well. This is the Russell. You had a pennant pattern. This is actually why we were shorting crude oil today. I'll show you that here later. But you had a pennant pattern, so resistance come down across the highs, support come up across the lows. You break out of the pennant. Red and red, you're short. Green and red, you're out. They're talking about $200 or $300 per contract. Charts are too dark to see. I am sorry. Nothing I can do about that right now, though. Now, one thing that people will say is they'll say, all right, well, that's great intraday. What about end of day? I don't want to day trade. I want to look for swing trades where I can stay in for a couple days at a time or a couple weeks at a time. Well, this is Apple on a daily price chart. And again, I'm not cherry picking. I'll let you see whatever markets you want to see and let the indicators speak for themselves. But here's red, you're selling. Here's green, you're buying. And then you can look for the same sort of setup that we were talking about before, like what my dad was doing. On an intraday basis, there's your pennant pattern. Here's your trend line, here's your pennant pattern. There's a pennant breakout green. Here's a pennant breakout green. Here, right here is a head and shoulders, but it didn't turn red. Here's a downtrend line going across all three of those highs. Here's your breakout, your green, your long. There's also bull flags here all over the place. There's bull flag, there's bear flags on the way down as well, but we can talk about that another time. This is the S&P, so it's for equities, it's for futures, it's for Forex. It'll work on all of them, and again, we can pull up whatever ones you want me to pull up, and we'll show you. This is the S&P on a daily. You can see this entire up move, basically, you are green, and a little bit of a dip. Again, fixes itself really quickly. So red, oh, no, not really, blue, out of it. Red, no, not really, blue, out of it. Red, not really, blue, out of it. And this is what I mean by having a good reward-risk ratio. You see you're losing trades, you're short from here, and you're out right there. You're winning trades, you're in down here, and you're out up here. Short trade, you're in, out. There's your losing trade, there's your winning trade. Losing trade or break-even trade, basically. In, there's your winning trade. All your winning trades are multiples of your losing trades. Now, can you use this in Forex? Absolutely, 100% you can. Yes. Now, the preferred settings. Like I said before, simplicity equals profitability. It's not one of those indicators where there's 25 different settings you gotta master or optimize to make it work really good. Nope. If you're in the trading room with me, you see I use a 50 setting on everything. If you really want short-term momentum trends, buying and selling really quickly in and out for scalping, you can use an 8 to 15 setting. Then for a daily, I use a 25 EMO. Yes, Chris, you are correct. Regression, for short-term stuff, you can use a 7 to 14 length. If you're in the trading room with me, we use a 50. For the tick charts, you can use a 150, a 500, 1,000, 250 tick, any of those. For your time-based charts, you can use a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 30, 240, 60, 120, daily, weekly, etc. You can look at those and see how it works. It works really well in all of them. Now, I don't want you just to sit here and think that, all right, that's great. His family did really well because he sat there and trained them. These are people that bought it. This is what they're saying. Another $1,100 today for a 4-day total of $46.25, Thank you for the indicator. I have every confidence that it will be a don't trade without it indicator. Today's action, taking all the signals on offer, would have yielded plus 173 and plus 295 ticks, i.e. $4,680, excluding commissions and slippage. I am absolutely impressed by the way the momentum trender has worked out so far. That's from Richard. Richard is making buku dollars in the trading room. He is every day telling everybody, I just made this, just made that. Today, one of the things he made, took the long in gold, and he was up over $1,000 in like 5 or 10 minutes. The momentum trender is a great indicator for me. It really helps me to try and not enter a trade against the trend, as this is one of my biggest problems. This helps a lot, by the way, what he was just saying there, what Russell was saying, because it will show you you're on the wrong side of the mountain. You're trading the wrong way. The market's going this way and you're shorting, or you're going long and the market's going down. You're trading in the right direction of the mountain, trading in the right direction of the market, the momentum trend. It's going to help you make more money and be more profitable and limit those losses. The trend is your friend. I would think I was seeing great setups, and the setup was not there, but it was risky to go against the trend, even with what looks good on the way of a setup. The momentum trender indicator helps me to stay on the correct side of a trade. It also helps me with my exits. I always hold on to a trade too long before I should have gotten out and end up giving back most, if not all, my profits. Thanks for making a great indicator to help the inexperienced trader. You are welcome, Russell. Love the momentum trender. Nice $800 in 45 minutes. This was from someone that asked me not to use their name, but they said I could show their comment. Then let's look at some other things. This is from another individual. GoPro. For your GoPro, they bought when it was changing from red to blue. So it was going from selling to neutral. So I said, okay, it's going to neutral. It's time to move. $800 in 45 minutes. That was from this comment there. That's why their name is blanked out. Here's another one. Great success with the momentum trender, even with late entry and premature exit. New IPO, Loco, Friday plus 279, Monday plus 2560, total for 2 days plus $2,839. Here's another one, Loco. This is from the same individual. This is how they traded that Loco, and this is great. You see, it was using a 30-minute chart. You are green all the way through. So these are their trades. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. They're just trading the direction of the momentum trender. And again, no trades taken on Monday. You can see there was no trades taken on Monday. Then this is another, someone sent me a copy of their equity curve since using the momentum trender. This is their equity curve. Now, this is, again, past performance, not necessarily indicative of future results. This individual happened to go for like 2 weeks, had 19 trades in those 2-week period, and every single one of them made money, never lost any money. Now, the interesting thing about this is this person is actually 82 or 83 years old, and she is doing really, really good. But all she's doing is using the momentum trender, buying and selling in the direction of the momentum trends. So before I pull up my TradeStation and start showing you, if you want the indicator, we're making a special for today. This is what you're going to get. You get not only the momentum trender, so you get the Smart Setups momentum trender, the one that paints the price bar colors red, green, and blue. You also get the recording from the workshop we did on how to use momentum trender. That's like 2 or 3 hours long, which normally we charge $300 for a workshop. You also get 1 week of trading. All next week you can come to the trading room with me and you'll see us use it live all week long. And that's about a $97 value, because with the platinum membership it's $100 a month anyway. So total value is about $1,400. We are giving it to you, giving it away today for $497 for the first 50 people only. Okay, first 50 people. If you want it, go to smartsetups.com/now. If you just try to buy it any other time, it's going to be $997 for the indicator. It's $1,000 indicator, which still is a really good price for something that can make you potentially thousands of dollars. You can call if you want help ordering it.
Hey guys, on that link, hold on, Thomas, you just gave out the wrong link. It's all right. Hey guys, on the link, change it in your slide quick if you don't mind. Just change it from now to August. Here you go, guys. I'll give you the right one so that you can get the deal. My bad. I should have had Thomas change it. Here you go. And Thomas will change it for us too really quickly. There you go. So as Thomas is getting ready to show you some live charts and stuff, I want to go over a couple things because I know some of you are going to ask. Yes, it works on TOS. It works on Ameritrade. It works on eSignal. It works on Thinkorswim. It works on TradeStation, Ninja, Sierra charts. Now, here's the deal. It'll work on all of those, okay? If you buy it one time, if you buy a license, there is not a trial, but there is a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like it, we'll give you your money back. So it works on all of the popular platforms. So who in here has multiple platforms? I know I have like 6 different trading platforms and 5 or 6 different chart vendors, right? When you buy it one time, when you invest in the program, you get it for all of them. So if you've got TradeStation and you also have TOS, you don't have to rebuy it. We give you the code for both. So and if you've got eSignal and Ninja and TradeStation and all the rest of them, it's only a one-time purchase. Infinity, it does work on Infinity's platform. Sierra Charts, it works on that. So it's a multi-platform. Does not work on TSW. TSW is a good place to trade at, but their charts are just not great. So unfortunately we didn't program it for that. And then also it's a multi-PC license. And a multi-PC license means TWS, not TSW. Yeah, no, it doesn't work on TSW. A multi-PC license means it's going to work on at least 3 PCs. Okay, so when you put your investment in $497, you get it from multiple chart vendors. It works on all of them that we have it designed and programmed up for. And then also you can put it on as many as up to 3 PCs. You can put on one of your office PCs, one of your home PCs, and then one of your laptops. Does not work on eSIM. It works on eSignal. It does work on eSignal. It works on TradeStation, eSignal, TOS, Ameritrade, Ninja, and Sierra Charts are the ones that it's working on right now. Now, like I said, the link is smartsetups.com/August. It does not work on IB, no. And it is a multi-PC license and a multi-charting platform license. So in other words, like I said, really important because a lot of people will charge you extra for that. We haven't developed up for MT4 yet, but we've got a lot of interest in it, Charles, so we probably will. So if you've got TradeStation and TOS and or eSignal, it's just one price, and you get the code for all of them. When you go to the download page, it goes, here's all the links for all the different platforms. So I'm going to turn it back over to Thomas so he can show you some live videos, and we still have some time here to spend with you. Looks like we've got 43 minutes is what it says on the clock. So he's going to spend some time going through some charts, and then at the end, I will also go through some charts with you, okay? All right. Does Jared Services? Yes, Jared Services. He's right behind me right now. I can hear him helping people out. If you have problems installing any of our stuff across any of our domains, we will. You can call us up. First off, we have really simple videos you can follow. But if you just hate technology and you're like, I don't want to do it, you can call the office, set up an appointment, and then we'll install it for you. So it's that easy. And Jared's really good at that. So, Thomas, back to you.
All right, thanks, Hubert. I said I'd tell you about crude oil while we were looking to short crude. This is the first thing we did in the morning. We get in the trading room at about 8 a.m. every morning, and we go through and we look at setups, because a lot of times between when we close the trading room at noon and when we open in the morning, there's going to be consolidation patterns looking for breakout. Yeah, Yana, can we change it to smartsetups.com/August? Sorry about that. /August. What we were looking at in crude oil this morning was a pennant pattern. We said crude oil, a break below 97.20. So you want to be at least a couple ticks below the trend line. So a break below 97.20 is a short, and then you follow the momentum trender. All right, well, you can see this is crude oil. That's a daily on your right, and this is a 3-minute chart on your left. And you see that 97.20 level was right here. There's your break below 97.20, and it sold off all day long. And if you were following the momentum trender, you stayed in it all day. If you were following the momentum trender in regression, you got out right here and then got right back in right over here and caught the rest of the down move. So it worked out really, really well. You can, especially, like I said, when you have big moves that happen, they don't happen every day, but when they do, this basically guarantees you're on the right side of the market. You can see here, let's take a look at RBOB and heating oil. Here's RBOB, which, by the way, on your daily, you've been shorting since 2.95, which you're down almost, you're up almost 1,000 ticks, which is really good. But today, you see momentum trender, you changed to red, and you stayed red all day long. This is actually even smoother than crude oil was. You're getting in right up here at 2.738. Let's just say 2.74 for math's sake, and then you're out down, say 2.7. So that's 400 ticks at $4.20 per tick. So you're talking about $1,600, a little over $1,600 per contract just in the first move. And in the second move, you made another from 2.69 down to 2.7. Another $400 a contract. And you can see the dailies again. You're in it. Yep, lots of 40,000 a contract or something. You look at heat and oil. Heat and oil, same thing. Heat and oil fell through the floor today. I'll just nosedive all the way down. You can go back. You can look at what happened yesterday as well. This was yesterday's price action. I mean, that's not bad. Those are ripping off huge chunks of heat and oil. And you don't trade heat and oil in RBOB during the night session, by the way. And this is why. I don't care what strategy you use, but this is, you don't trade heat and oil in RBOB during night session because of this. You trade it during pit hours. So worked out really, really well. Other markets you can look at, and you can look at anything you want, but what I'll do is I'll hand it off to Hubert. I just wanted to show you those because those were trades we had in the trading room today that did incredibly well. But Hubert, I'll pass it off to you, let you be presenter.
And all right.
Share.
Thank you, sir. All right, so guys, let me launch this software really quick so you can see my charts really quickly. Okay, hold on just a second. It's got to go. All right, there we go. Okay, I'm going to do monitor and then monitor 6. So first and foremost, this is Thomas's indicator. He's the one that uses it on a daily basis. All right, day in, day out. He's the guy that knows way more about it than I do. I'm decent at showing people how things work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you here on the back end side of how things. That's how it looks like. So let me get this up. I'm going to do it where you can see not only my charts, but you can also see a link to the page if you want to. And there, hold on just a second here. So we can get two things done at once here. Kind of multitask a little bit. So can everybody see my charts? And the link above where it says smartsetups.com/August, or you can call the office. My team's supporting it. And so you know it's going to be backed by us over here, so you're good. Now let me make sure I can read all your questions. So what I'm going to do here is if you've got a symbol and you want to see that symbol, first off, can you see my charts? Can everybody see my charts? Good, good, good. All right. How much are both total, both indicators? The first one is $497. I think there's an upgrade if you want to add the MQ regression. I think for $97 is what it is in the special click there. After you initially invest the $497, if you want the other one, you can have that one for $97. I think that's how they've got it set up in the shopping cart. All right. So start hitting me with symbols. So what I'm going to do here for the remainder of the period of the time is I'm going to show you how it works with Thomas's default settings on a daily. So this is a daily, and then you can see it's set to 25 on a daily on the EMO period. And then over here, this is a 3-minute of the ES. So there are going to be a lot of symbols, and I know you guys are going to wear me out on these, so let me make this taller. All right, let's see here. I've got COH. So Coach has been a pretty good sell signal, and 1, 2, 3, 4 days ago went into a buy, and you can see it was a buy most of today, and then it rotated from green to blue, which is kind of neutral, to red, which is a sell, and then back to green. So on the daily, it's green. So on today's intraday on a 2 or 3 minute chart, you should have been long there. Make sense? Let's go MDVN. There we go. All right, so this is obviously green. That's a long. And today you would have just stayed long here and then rotated long, long, long. There you go. VXX, and as I said, I'm not cherry picking anything. If you guys want me to look at it, we'll look at it. If it works on it, works on it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay, this is obviously a sell. You can see lots of red here, and then it went from neutral to blue, then green to buy, and now today's a red, and it's a lot of blood red here on the right-hand side on the intraday side, so that is a good thing. I don't understand, are the red and green dots retrospect views? No, they're not retrospect. They're in real time. So what you want to do is you'll stay on the right side of the daily, in my opinion, on just about anything that you do, and then you look at an intraday chart to time your entry better. All right, where am I at here? I'm on FFIV. FFIV is a long according to Thomas's momentum trender. I call it Momo trend. So it's a long there. Today, you didn't have very many good entries. So today, even though the daily is an uptrend, today's intraday chart, you wouldn't have made any money. It was just, boom, sideways. So not great on the intraday, but the daily still looks pretty good here. I'm at DIS. Disney looks really good on this. It looks like it's still in a valid uptrend. Also buy here. Let it rotate from blue to red back to green. Buy here. Buy here. Nice little trade all the way around. Let me see where we at here. We're on WWAV. WWAV is a long on the daily chart because it's painting green. And then today, if you bought up here, you got stopped out. And then if you bought up here, you just made a little bit of it back. So swing worked good. Daily didn't work very good at all today on that one. All right, let's take a look. We're at price on PCLN. Let's do N instead of M there, Hubert. All right, price line. Daily uptrend. Today it had a sell-off. It never really gave you an opportunity. You only had one entry right here. The rest of the time it was just telling you, stay away, stay away, stay away, stay away. So swing basis, price line's still a valid uptrend. Intraday, it's been getting hammered a little bit. So be careful intraday on a little price line. Okay, FXE, sell signal. And then also on today's sell, you had a sell here at 132 all the way down to 131.80. Okay, REGN. How's this different from TTM trend? It's calculating a totally different thing. All the TTM trend is Hakanashi. I just removed the yellow when I designed the Hakanashi. Or it trade the markets. When I designed that, it's just straight up Hakanashi with the yellow removed is all the TTM trend is. I would know since I was the one that made it. Let's see here. There's REGN, looks good on a daily and also looks really good on an intraday. This is more of an exponential moving average and momentum type thing, so it's totally different. Momentum trend and regression together will give you less signals, but will give you higher probability success. Just add another filter. There you go. Let's see what's going on. AAPL. And if I missed you, just hit it again. Apple is obviously a long and intraday. The longs have been good on this. Looking really good here. Long, long, and then long. That looks good. TS, let's take a look at the Russell. On the Russell, it's mainly been a sell. Today it went into a buy. So you've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. You've had about a month of sell here on the Russell. Yesterday was neutral. Today was a buy. And then also today you had a little bit of a wiggle to the high side on a 3-minute on the Russell to the high side. Looks like it works pretty good. I don't understand. Are the red? No, I already answered that. 10-year bond at TY. At TY, 10-year bond, solid uptrend. They were a little choppy today, but not too bad. They look decent. It looks really good on both the daily and the uptrend. At US, this is the 30-year. 30-year is good. It's green. Had a lot of green here on the intraday. That looks really good. But the daily can change. The daily will change, yeah. The daily will change, but like this is obviously a valid uptrend. See how it's green here? Neutral and then sell. And then if it resumes back to the green side, you stay on the green side. So overall, try to stay on the side of the daily trend and then use the momentum on the upside intraday too. That'll help you out. Get the special offer at smartsetups.com/August. You can also call the office. Team is standing by for that. Got any more questions? All right. 10-year bond, not sure I understand. We see next week in a trading room. Yep. Soybeans at S on soybeans. Soybeans is a massive sell. You got a little bit of a support area down here, and for the most part today, soybeans sold off. So sell, cover right there. Really good. Let's do corn too. Let's do corn. Corn, massive sell. You had a sell here and a cover there. Corn's getting a little bit oversold. See how you got this little double bottom here at 352? Corn may start to bounce a little bit. X. There is X. X looks phenomenal on a daily. Breakaway to the high side. Looks like it's probably going to go to 42. Also intraday, lots of green here on the indicator. Looks really good. URA. What is URA? I've never traded that before. Interesting. Uranium, no one. URA, uranium just went green today on a daily, and intraday is also a buy, so it looks good. Can you show soybeans again? Yes, at S is soybeans. That is soybeans right there. So it's been a sell since 1280, and on the daily it continues to be a sell. And today, I'm going to shrink this down just so you can see it. All right, so on this situation right here, you've got a sell here, sell, 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 and then cover right there. So you're good to go. QQQs, QQQ, bing. All right, QQQ. So on the QQQs, you had a
Okie doke.
up move,
So our
a rotation from blue to red and then back to green. Continue up. Good on the green side here. Good on the green side here. For the past 2 days, QQQs have just been saying get long and stay long. So that's not bad at all. Let's see what it did here in crude oil. Crude oil is a sell, and you can see, look at this nasty little move it caught here in crude oil today. You know, a sell here, and then a sell also here in this area. Sell, 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 sell. Really good on crude. All right, Wayne, can you put a 1 point range on that? Yes, you can. Okay, Thomas was sideways today in a good day range bars. All right. Oh, Groupon, GRPN, GRPN, Groupon. Groupon is a sell. You can see you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reds, and then today you had a little bit of bounce here in Groupon, but you could have shorted it at 586. Be careful with Groupon. Anything that's below $5 tends to go to 0, so you just got to be a little careful on those things, okay? NFLX, Netflix, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 days ago, it signaled a long, and then I'll blow this up so you can see some of those signals over the past 6 days. You can see you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lots of green, not as much red, so the green's been working on your part very well. CMG, CMG. CMG is a major long. You can see lots of green, just a little bit of blue. So what you want to do is focus intraday on the breakouts on the momentum trender on the green side. That looks really good too. Can you show exact entry on a 3-minute on a New York time any market? Yeah, Keith, just give me a market and I'll do whatever you want me to look at. RALY. RALY is a sell. It is below $10, so it's probably gonna go to 5. First it'll go to 7. Sell here, and you had a sell today around 960-ish. Next, Keith, next market. Keith, I don't care. Just pick one, brother. Does not matter to me at all. SODA. I mean, I'll do crude. Crude looked perfect. Here. Bing, there's crude oil. All right. So crude oil was a sell, obviously. See all this red? Red, red, red. So on a 3-minute, what you would do is if you're trading crude oil and you trade it when you wake up in the morning, all you do is you just wait. There's 2 different valid ways to do this. You can wait until it's just 2 reds and you can short it and stay all the way until you get a green or 2 greens in cover, or you can wait until it goes from the green, the blue, back to the red, and then short that and stay until you see blue or green again. Very easy way to do it. It's a rotational play. Not hard at all. ES at ES. All right, ES just fired off a daily long today. So here, this is a broad market index. How would you fare on this one? Well, you probably wouldn't start trading the ES until about 9:30, okay? So on this green one right here, you've got 2 back-to-back green bars. So you could get long there, or you could get long here. Either one of those would work. Long here or long there. Stay long until it shifts from blue or shifts to red. So you wait for 2 red. You can. You don't have to. Some people will wait for 1. Some people will wait for 2. And a lot of people will use the MQ regression to help them on their entries. So if they got green, green, they go long. If they got red, red, they go short. So that's also a play that you can do. PLUG. Let's go back so you can see the daily and the 3-minute. Plugs along. Today it gapped up, but it's been along since the mid-July, and it's acting really good. It's probably gonna go to $9. So the link there, Yana is posting it for us, smartsetups.com/August. You can also call the office, area code 859-963-3445. The other day on a webinar, I almost gave out my cell phone number. I almost died because I think there were like 800 people on the webinar, and I was like, yeah, just call area code 859-57. Oh, hold on, that's my cell phone number. I was freaking out. So yeah. Yeah. It would have been nice, right? Hundreds of people just calling me every day, day in, day out. I'd have put an ice pick in the base of my skull right there. For intraday trading, is there a minimum volume for each market before you enter trade? Not really. Not really. No, you don't. As long as you're trading something that's nice and thick, you'll be fine, right? And yeah, intraday hours, like day session hours, is going to be better than most. I missed it. DDD. All right, let's take DDD. DDD. Bing. All right, so DDD is a sell. It's lots of red, and today you had a sell to enter at 49.50 on DDD. All right, we're still doing great on time. Keep hitting us with the questions here. Yana, is that the correct time up here? We've got 25 more minutes. Is that correct? I just want to make sure we don't go over. Real causing a good other people's time. All right, cool. All right, so let's take a look at SI. You guys feel free to ask anything else you want to. Let's go SI. I typed it in there. SI is, well, you mean SI or you mean silver? Okay, here's SI. So silver right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 days it's been a buy. Intraday it hasn't been helping you much. So you haven't had any intraday entries yet, right? Thank you, Thomas. Soda, SODA. Soda. Soda is neutral. So when it's blue, you just stay away from it. It's been blue for 1, 2, 3, 4 days, so just leave soda alone. Fuel cell, FCEL. Fuel cell. All right. Fuel cell looking good. The only thing I don't like about stuff that's below $10, people can just push them around. So be careful. When I sell anything below $10, you just have to be careful because somebody can just jump in there and do a real big order and you could get hurt. So be super careful on those penny stocks, okay? And I just call anything below $10 a penny stock. Specifically below 5, it's hard to do. It looks okay. It acts like it wants to go to $3, right? All right, GLD. So GLD is a long here. It's obviously fallen gold. It's sideways. It hasn't moved much, but it is a long. It's choppy on the intraday session because gold is just kind of messing around. All right. NLNK. NLNK. Let's see what that is. Is that next link? No, new link. All right. So that is a 1, 2, 3, 4 bar of buy. Intraday it broke out, gave you a nice long signal right out of the gate this morning at $24, and you'd held till about 26. So it's not bad. Alrighty. USPR. USPR. Now you guys can obviously see I haven't skipped. Have I skipped one signal yet? If I have, it's been on accident, right? I'm not avoiding any. All I'm doing is I'm showing you an honest assessment of what is going on here. It's either going to work or it's not, right? And when we find like, it didn't work too well, man. It's going to work a lot on a lot of stuff, but it's not going to work on everything. And you just have to use a little common sense and go, well, I'm in a daily uptrend. I should probably just do longs. Well, I'm in a daily downtrend. I only want to do shorts. On this one right here, USPR looks a little thin. I'd stay away from it since it's 22 cents. And I hope I put the signal in there right. USPR, is that right? Yeah, it's a penny stock. I can't really give you any advice on that one. That one I am, because I would do you a disservice. All right, the YAM. YAM is so today it shifted into a buy signal, and it's closing above in that ambush zone area. So you got to be careful. It's kind of a weird spot. But today you had several different places you could have got long on the Dow. Green here, green here, green here, green here. Good signals all across the board here on it. So really, really good signals there. I bought 15 minutes ago. Still haven't received my email. Are you backing up with all the orders? Probably, Michael. Yeah, I mean, there's tons of people calling. If you don't receive your confirmation email, you can just call my office. We'll help you out. Here's the telephone number. Area code 859-963-3445. You do have a 30-day guarantee. So if you don't love it, we don't keep your money. It's 100% backed by my personal name. So if you don't love it, don't worry about it. We'll give you cash back. Hopefully you're gonna like it, right? Like you guys, I usually don't bring people on that I don't know, like, and trust, and check out their stuff. And he's been helping a lot of people with this, so it's really good. Fix. I thought I already did. Let me get USU first. I think that's where I'm at. USU. All right, USU, big blue here. So can't do anything because it's neutral, right? We only want red or green. We don't want to focus on blue. Also, another one below $10. I'm not going to be your greatest source of information on penny stocks. Today it had a heck of a move intraday, but the Big blue bar on a daily is telling you like, hey, I'm neutral. So just be careful. Googleicious, G-O-O-G. Googleicious is neutral. It went from a sell to neutral, so it's probably getting ready to go into a buy area. So neutral, we do nothing. USU, yes, I just did that one. GoPro, GPRO. GoPro's been doing decent, and then it's consolidating. So IPO went like crazy, and now you've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 7 to 10 days of sell. So I would focus on selling this as opposed to buying it. The IPO price is actually holding up pretty good, but boy, if it starts to break, it's going to get ugly on the IPOs. Usually on IPOs, if you go from the low to the high, if they break this 61% area, then they just start falling to pieces. All right, where am I at? AU at Aussie dollar. I'm just going to do that. This is the currency future. It went from a sell to a buy today, and you had several different buy points on the Aussie dollar today. BIIB at ES. I think I already did ES, but I'll do it one more time. ES went from a neutral to a buy today. You had several signals here. Buy here, buy here, buy here, buy here, and buy here. Nice on the ES. BIIB. It went from neutral. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days neutral. Today was an official long at 337. Out of the gate, right out of the gate, you had about 4, 3, 6, 9, 12 minutes, and then you had a buy signal here. Then you had a buy signal here, and then one here, and then one here. Actually, pretty good. Looks like it's working pretty decent if you got the right stop loss for it. See, I don't make sure I don't miss anybody here. What about WMB? WMB. If I'm missing your symbol, I'm not being a dickhead about it. It's just I'm just missing some of them. Okay. Looks okay. This gap's going to mess with you though, right? Because you got this huge gap disparity. You are on a buy signal 1, 2, 3, 4 bars here. It's a buy, but this is one where you have to be really careful because you have this huge earnings gap, right? So you just have to be careful on that. Even though it says it's a buy, you do have to use some common sense because it's your money. Like, yeah, it's a buy, but look at this danger down here. Okay. Sorry, but how do you define a buy or sell signal? So green's a buy, long, blue's neutral, and red's a sell. Overall, that's how you use it. So if you got green, go long. If you got red, go short. If you got blue, neutral. Be careful. All right. What is EMO? Exponential momentum. Exponential momentum is the word we're using for it. ICPT. There we go. ICPT. Also, big gap one. You got to be careful, right? It's a buy, but it's got that huge gap. So that's earnings. FDAX. The DAX. I think it's FDAX on here. Yeah, here you go. Here's the DAX. DAX has been a sell since 9800. Looks like it's bouncing a little bit, but it's been in nice little sell territory. Today it chopped you up pretty good here on the intraday, but so far it's a sell signal on the daily. STN is a buy, a little thinly traded thing over here, so you got to be careful on those thin ones, right? All right, where are we at here? Tesla, TSLA. Tesla is a solid buy. It is a lot of green here and a lot of green intraday. Looks like it's working pretty decent. I like Tesla a lot. It's even got a really good cup and handle pattern here. Probably going to go to 280. Where am I at? PXD. All right, PXD is a sell. It's been a sell since about 220, dropping through 200. It's doing a really good job here on PXD on a 3-minute. Sell here and then sell here. That's gangbusters. That looks really good. Joy, Joy, for Martin. Joy is neutral on a daily, therefore we do nothing. I already did Aussie. JC Penny. If you buy at the end of a green, don't you use. If you buy at the end of the green. Oh, that's a good. So if you're saying if you bought here at the end of the green and then it changed from blue to red, yes, you would use money. You would lose money on that situation. That's why we call this trading. This is not guaranteed income generation and you never have to think type of stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Like exactly. Like if you bought here on the end of this green one right here and then it rolled over, yeah, you lost money, right? Yeah. So there's risk to everything, and you should never trade with more money than you can afford to lose. What this will do is this will put it'll take some of the emotional baggage that you bring to the market, like, oh my God, should I buy now, or oh my God, should I sell? Oh, okay, should I get out or should I stay a little bit longer? So this is going to make you a little bit more even keeled. But yeah. But how do you know how long the green or red will last? You don't. I don't know that if by the time you leave your house today and you're driving your car that you won't get hit by a tractor trailer. Like when you think this is a scary thought. Like what keeps that other cat on the other side of the road when you're going through a country road and you're like, God, this is a really sketchy road. What keeps that other guy on the other side? Just that little yellow, it's either that little yellow or white line, right? So yeah. But yeah, obviously if you can go 2 greens, you're better off than 1 green. But yeah. Just make sure you use stop losses. Make sure that you're doing the trades correctly, putting the odds in your favor. Make sure you have a plan, right? Remember, there are no shortcuts to long-term success, but there are some tricks of the trade that you can pick up to kind of shorten your learning curve. That'll help. Yep. Okay. Corn, I think I already did corn, but I'll do it again. Corn's a sell. It's been a sell since about It's been a sell since about 497, all the way down here to 352. Today it bounced up. You look like you got a double bottom on corn, so be careful, but overall it looks good. JC Penney up on earnings per share after hours to 1090. I don't know if that'll last, but yeah. Are you looking at a daily or 3-minute charts? I'm looking at the daily first and then the 3-minute chart. So I'm looking at the daily to stay on the right-hand side of it. And then also I'm looking at the 3-minute for the entry. What does it cost for the platform of TradeStation? What does the indicator cost, or how much does TradeStation cost? Ken, I'm not sure I understand your question. The platform, the indicator, can I do BA? Yeah, I'll do BA. This indicator is $497. It's a one-time fee, and it works on TradeStation, eSignal, TOS, Ameritrade, Sierra Charts, and Ninja. For TradeStation, it's a monthly fee. I have almost all the data feeds, so I think it's about $299. But if you do 10 round turns, your platform is free. So if you do 10 trades a month, they comp you on the platform fee is how it works. Yeah. So when Thomas, now I've got these set according to Thomas's directions. Okay. So this is a daily chart, and I've got the EMO set to 25. Yeah, the EMO is set to 25. And then over here on a 3-minute chart, the 3-minute chart is set on an EMO of 50. Now the default is 9. And when you get the recording, you get the SS Smart Setups Momentum Trender. You get a Momentum Trender workshop that was recorded that shows you how to do it. And then also, you also get 1 week of live trading in Thomas's room. So if you have any questions at all, Thomas, number 1, the class will help you, right? Because it's recorded. It shows you anything and everything you need to know about the class. Number 2, you're going to be in his live trading room for a week. And then also you have the backing of my company, HubertCenters.com, and my support team behind me. So if you need help, we'll help you. Okay. So make sure you're plus 30-day money back guarantee. If any reason at all, if you're not 100% satisfied, we'll just give you cash back. Life is too short. I don't need the bad karma, and I like sleeping like a baby at night. And that's just the way I like to do business. So hopefully you guys understand that. How much is the trading room? Their trading room after, if you want to stick around, I think is $97. Jeff, yep. Do you combine it with the cloud? You can combine it with the cloud. I can show you right here on the daily. Let me show you. I'll take Boeing here and combine it with the cloud, and I'll show you what that looks like. Looks pretty cool. Let's go to Ichimoku. So here's Ichimoku. And you can see, I gotta make my chart. Hold on just a second. Chart background format window. I need to make this 25. Then format my indicator. Make Ichimoku come on. There we go. So there's Ichimoku on top of Thomas's momentum trender. You can obviously see sell below the cloud, went back above the cloud, and then it sold before the cloud, and then below the cloud it still looks good. So it complements the cloud a lot. If you look at it, they have a lot of similarities. So I don't think you'd have any problems using the two together. Yep. Let me move this back and remove the cloud so it doesn't confuse you. There you go. All right, so we got about 11 more minutes. What other questions do you have? How do you set stops with this system? That would be a better question for Thomas because it's his indicator and his type of system. So, Thomas, I'm going to turn the mic back over to you for a few minutes so you can grab that one. Oh, can I comment on BA? BA's in neutral. It was red. The blue is neutral. And today it had a nice little move. So it's probably going to go from red to neutral to a buy is what it's looking like it's going to do.
Hubert, what question were you wanting me to answer? Sorry about that.
What is the typical stops that you use?
Typically, since I run the futures trading room, we're normally using between a $150 to $200 stop. Well, 100 to 150, depending on the market though, because a $100 stop in coffee is nothing compared to a $100 stop in the Dow, which is a lot. So it depends. What we do in the trading room though is we're looking for a high or a low to put our stop beyond. And actually, in the workshop that comes with the indicator, we talk about stop placement there.
Yes, it is, Rick. It is Ninja compatible. What do you? How do you have people using stops on stocks and stuff? What are you advising them to on that for that particular situation?
Stop goes above or below the previous bar's high or low a lot of times, but we don't risk more than about $150 to $200 a contract.
What
like
about
I said,
what about on stocks though? Because they're not contract based; they're share based.
Oh, equities. You're looking for a previous high or low. So if you had a swing low on the tick charts or on your minute charts, it was 5 cents below where you got in, then your stop's gonna be 5 cents away. Or if it's $1 below where you got in, it'll be $1 away because you're placing your stop above or below the previous bar's high or low.
I got you. So you're just doing swing high, swing lows for stops around areas.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you, sir. All right. All right. What other stocks you guys do you have here? Because we're running low on time. We've got about 9 more minutes. Feel free to ask any question. We got 9 more minutes here until the next speaker is up. So I'm going to show you a couple of other things. If you give me some symbols, Intel, okay, INTC. Oh, Intel looking good. Now check this out. So Intel is a breakaway because of earnings. Then it sold off half a gap fill off of that earnings, and now it's ramping back up, right? 2-day buy signal. So yesterday was a buy. You can see what yesterday's price action did on it. Looks fantabulous. I don't even know if that's a word, right? Fantabulous. Looks really good. Yesterday's price action was a buy, and then today was a buy too. Yesterday's performed way better. Today's would have chopped you up, but yesterday's was killer. BBRY. Oh, SPY first. SPY. All right, 8 more minutes. SPY went into a buy today. Great looking chart here on the 3 minute. So buy on the daily, 3 minute also looking good. BBRY. All right. BBRY is a sell. Stay away from the long side. Avoid all longs until that thing shifts for you. It is a sell on the daily. Therefore, you would short that thing. VWS. VWS is evidently not a symbol that I have. Did I type it in right there? SVNK. RIG. I might have typed it in wrong. Okay. Rig is a sell, and today you could have had a sell around 38.90 here on rig. Sell. PLDP. Lord of mercy, I'm dyslexic, and that one right there just threw me for it. PL. There's the D, and then there's the P. Whew, that's a toughie for me. All right, penny stock. I can't really help you out much, but it just shifted over into a buy today. Be careful on that, okay? KORS. Cores is a sell signal. It's been a sell since 90, and it's dropped all the way down to 75. Today it's still a sell, and you could have sold it at 70, 78.40 and covered some of them right down here in the low side. It looks like it's got some more downward dropping momentum to it. VESTAS. Just give me the symbol. I don't think I can spell that out on my trading platform. PCLN. Priceline, PCLN, is a buy over the past 5 to 20 days. Today it sold off on the intraday, so you've got a conflict between the daily and the intraday. Of course, I got that. Will you be able to change the colors of the bars as you please in the settings? I don't know. Let me double check. I can check that really quick. It's not a bad idea if you can't. Yeah, you can. You can say green, red, blue. So yeah, you can change these. They're user configurable. Green, red, blue. You just change them right there. Let's see here. Nice to be back. All right. MU. VWX. MU is a sell and a sell on the intraday too. I'm gonna try that in VWS. VWS. I mean, it don't work. XCSE. Yeah, it didn't work either. I have SVNK. I have no idea what you're talking about. We must be talking two totally different languages. Disney is a long, and you got a long today here, a long here, and along there. But if you just give me just the straight symbol and the symbol alone, I can chart it. What is your recommended broker? We don't really have recommended brokers. You can use whoever you want. JMPR. We use TradeStation, TOS. I use Infinity. Ninja's good. There's a bunch of good ones out there. You know, two of the most popular is probably TradeStation and TOS. Yep. Juniper is a short. You look stair stepping down, short, and today, look at that good short there. Would have stopped you out there and re-shorted you right there at 23. Breaking down like a shotgun. Good little trade there. Aussie dollar, AD. Aussie dollar just went into a buy today, and you had some really good action on the intraday chart also. PBR. PBR is a sell as of today, and you had some really good sell signals on an intraday also. Oh, AU, not Aussie dollar. Okay, AU, my bad. There you go. AU, it went into a neutral today from a buy to a neutral. So I would say just hold tight for a few days and see what happens. SVNK, if it's not charted on the American stock market, I probably can't help you. Sorry. AA. What is the success with indicator? Depends. A lot of people have been having some really good success, as you probably saw in Thomas's presentation. AA went from a buy to a sell to a hold. So on this one, I just set tight. Let's just do NASDAQ instead of NASDAQ 100. It's just easier. At NQ went into a buy 2 days ago, yesterday. Had a heck of a day on the intraday chart today, and then also had one heck of a day yesterday also. Let's just go at ND. At NQ.D. There you go. So it's had really, really good moves. And you can see 2 stellar days on the NASDAQ here. Nice moves. What is the MQ regression indicator? It's something that complements it, and it'll tell you, like, if you got green and green or red and red, it just complements it. It's going to filter out some of those choppy signals that you may get with any other indicator. STN is a buy here. It's choppy on the intraday, though, so be careful. But it is a buy on the daily. SPY, I swear I think I've done the SPY like 900 times now. It is a buy as of today, and you had a buy signal here and a buy signal there. Okay, KPTI. KPTI just went into, another, is it IPO? No, not yet. It just went into a buy 3 days ago. A little choppy over here, so it must not have much volume. It looks okay. It doesn't look bad. It looks iffy. You also use MQ trend indicator. You can, but you don't have to. Let's see here. I'm on CAD, Japanese yen. CAD, JPY. CAD, Japanese yen went from a sell to a buy today. And here's your intraday move on that. Looked like it did pretty decent. KNDI. All right. KNDI went from a neutral from a buy to a neutral today. All right, guys, I'm gonna give you your link right here one more last time because we were getting ready to jump out of here and let the other speaker educate you some more. So you get the momentum trender for $497. Momentum trender workshop, and you get 1 week of live trading with Thomas. It's for the first 50 folks that takes us up on this offer. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't love it, you don't keep it. It is a multi-chart platform, and all that means is It's going to work on a bunch of different platforms. It's going to work on TradeStation, Toss, Ameritrade. It's going to work on eSignal. It's going to work on Ninja. It's going to work on Infinity. It's going to work on most of the popular ones, okay? So you can use it on TradeStation and Toss and eSignal all at the same time for one low fee. You can also install it on up to 3 PCs, your home PC, your office PC, and your laptop, all right? That is the link, smartsetups.com/August, smartsetups.com/August, and that is your special deal. You can also call the office, area code 859-963-3445. Morgan, Yana, thanks for having us. We really appreciate it. Guys, good luck trading. Wish you the best of luck in all your trading endeavors. Good luck. Hope it helps. We'll see you on the next one.